Hey everyone, it's me, Speed Force Legends. Today I'm gonna make my review for The Flash Season 2. And unfortunately, for now, this is gonna be my last review for The Flash seasons because, well, Season 7, by the time of this recording, won't come until March 2nd. And then I'd have to wait a whole year to do my review for that season, of course. But anyway, with this season, first off, I know that I've done it out of order. I only did it because something's to say, but you can already tell that this is not only my favorite season of The Flash, but also my favorite season of TV ever. Yes, kind of more so than Dragon Ball Z, the Frieza Saga, or Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2. It's that good. And the reason why this is my favorite season is because, well, for starters, Zoom is my favorite supervillain of all time. And it's kind of hard to see why not. I mean, some argue that Reverse Flash is the best villain, and I can understand why, or others even say Bloodwork, but anyway. The reason why is because Zoom has a pretty tragic backstory for a serial killer type villain. And even when I told one of my friends about him wanting to destroy the multiverse so that he can know how many Earths he's been to, so that way he can count how many victims he's killed. I mean, at that point, he's even said that he's even worse than the Joker or Carnage, but me personally, I wouldn't go that far, because if you're familiar with the comics, you know that they've done a lot of gruesome stuff, and I'm not going to get into that right now because, one, I'm not talking about Marvel, and two, this is The Flash, not Batman. Okay, why does that sound like something I've said before with Red Death? But anyway, let's get past all that. This has been by far The Flash at its best. Anyway, with Zoom, back to what I was saying, he was intimidating, badass, and very threatening, and cunning. His suit is great, the voice, and just the fact how he wanted to prove to Barry that they were the same person is all really good. And it's kind of hard to tell why I like Zoom for me to explain, but anyone who's part of the Flash fan base or even the Arrowverse fan base, it's hard for them even to see why you'd call Zoom a bad villain. But me personally, I dislike the villains who are sympathetic and sinister at the same time. And if I would ever make a favorite villains list, which for now I don't have plans on doing because it would be unnecessary. But if I was, you're going to see a lot of those kind of villains. Anyway. And it's definitely amazing how it introduced the multiverse. And I really like that kind of stuff. I mean, time travel is one thing, but multiverse is just as good. And it all started with this season, and even now it still plays a huge role. But with this one, it's where it really focuses on that. And it's kind of a shame that every other season hasn't been consistent, with the exception of season 6. And that's mainly one of the reasons why people would put the first 2 or season 6 in the top 3. But aside from consistency, I not only go for that, but also just if they have good story. And the first 2 seasons are the balance of both. And although I did like season 3, I mean, it wasn't really that consistent, which is why a lot of people would think it's a major step down from the first 2 seasons, especially since we've also had another speedster villain, but honestly don't care if they're speedsters or not. I mean, yes, I do like speedster villains more, but they would need to stop with that eventually. I mean, season 1 is where it all is what started the show. Season 2, like I said, it brought the whole multiverse thing into it. And season 6, I mean, that one has got Crisis on Infinite Earths, this huge crossover with 2 graphic novels. Well, so-called anyway, with 2 different main villains, and it was the first one to have all that, which it really hurts me to even think about it. It's such wasted potential. While as for seasons 4 and 5, they weren't that consistent either. And while I did think that they were better than season 6, they've had a lot of problems, but you've seen my videos about them anyway. And just the fact how Zoom killed Barry's father, introduced time remnants, is the reason why Flashpoint exists. And even has pretended to be another Flash just to make Barry trust him. He's introduced so much where I actually can now agree that he's a better villain than Saturn, but neither of them are really worse than each other, in my opinion. But Zoom has just more memorable moments for me to say that he's any worse. But now, not only do I like consistency, the multiverse, or Zoom? But also, even with the filler episodes, they've managed to top it. Yes, some seasons are good with the storyline while it gets wasted with filler episodes, like in season 4, or maybe season 5, I guess, and season 3, I think, while others where it has a weak storyline but good filler episodes, like season 6. I mean, the first half I liked, and the second half, while I didn't like episode 11, Love is a Battlefield, because that's really when it started to get bad. But after episode 12, it's had some really good filler episodes like God, Friend and Me, Exorcism of Nash Wells, and I guess the Death of the Speed Force. And while I liked what they were going for, I just didn't like the direction they went after that. In season 1, although it had some pretty good filler episodes with certain villains, I mean, with season 2, it's the balance of both. Not only is the story great, but also the episodes themselves, like Reverse Flash returning in the forms of him before season 1, or when Barry went back in time to get his help. It's so good. And this was the first season of The Flash I've watched. And what introduced me to this amazing show. And it's the reason why I've been watching Arrow lately. It's what really got me more into superheroes. And before I watched the show, I used to watch a lot of dumb cartoons like We Bare Bears, Teen Titans Go, and Amazing World of Gumball, SpongeBob, and other dumb things like that. And I don't think any season is ever going to top this one. Not at all. And I'm not saying that because of nostalgia. Really not. I'm saying that because there's really no way. What can the next few seasons do to top season 2? While they can still be great, don't get me wrong. Maybe season 3 level at best, which, although I do think is technically as good as the first 2 seasons. I mean, I only think it's slightly worse because of consistency, which I know you wouldn't really think it's a problem, and I don't go for that. I go for story. And I mean, I even thought season 6 was going to be better than this season. But I was dead wrong. And I mean, if it's going to be speedster focused, I'd love that. And I really hope that they can at least redeem the show. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as good as season 2. Might be able to top season 1, but yes, this season kicks ass. It's really good. One of the best examples of why 2 is the lucky number. It's the Terminator 2 of the Flash seasons. It's Aliens for the Flash seasons. It's the Dark Knight for the Flash seasons. And some would even consider Spider-Man 2. If these seasons were like movies, this would definitely be a lot like all those films I just mentioned. It's that good. While I can understand if you like season 1 better than season 2, I mean, it's more so on why Reverse Flash would be a better villain than Zoom, or even Savitar. But have I not given you any reason why season 2 is the best? Just even talking about this really makes me like the show again. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. And let me know what you think of this season, and or what I thought. If you're for some reason someone who doesn't like it, please explain to me why. And let me know which Flash video I can do next. And bye.